I feel that nobody else ought to attempt to speak. But we ought to really go home with that message burning in our hearts. But in spite of that, I do have a little lesson that I want to say, because it is on my mind and it is on my heart. The Negro came to the United States of America in 1619. Now we have a lot of reporters here tonight, a lot of photographers here. They're standing in the back, down front. The detectives are here and everybody. And I want them to hear me tonight. We came here in 1619. Now read any history book you want to read, and you won't find it stated any better than that. I know my lesson. We didn't come here on our own, but we were brought here from the jungles of Africa. We were happy, we were pleased, and we were satisfied and content in Africa. But we were snatched from the bosom of our native soil, and we were packed into ships and chained down against our will. Mr. Bennett says in his book that I'm reading now, Before the Mayflower, that hundreds of Negroes were thrown overboard and was caused to perish in the middle of the sea, simply because the mean and cruel taskmaster, the white man, would walk down the aisle and stumble over Negroes chained into the ship and said, we have too many on board, dump them over into the river. We were brought here against our will. When we got here, we found no freedom. We were forced to work in the fields from sun up to sundown. Mister, I don't see you writing a thing down. Since 1619, we have been misunderstood. And that's the reason I want to say a little lesson tonight. And that's the reason I want them to write it down. God bless this lady who is getting it. I want her to get it. I want her to get all of it. We've been misunderstood. We were forced to work in the fields from sun up to sundown. Who was it that cleared the new ground? There once was a time that where the city of Birmingham rests today was nothing but a wilderness. Who was it that cut down the trees? Who was it that dug the ditches? Who was it that built the skyscrapers? Who was it that cut the streets and the avenues cared for the sick and carried the garbage away. Nobody but the Negro. Nobody